remember in private school, me and BFF was fucking around in class. And then the teacher called me out, Nay, you want me to call your mother at work? I said, oh no, Mr. Fields, please don't call my mom. Well, hello there, love bugs. Hello there, Bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com. Like I said before, like I keep saying, everything is on sale. All summer items are on sale. We're trying to clear out the old stock so we can bring in some of that fall winter stock. And if you are not already a part of this book club, please hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube. And for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes, you can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, let's continue reading the magic, the madness, the whole story. 1958 to 2009. Michael Jackson by J. Randy Terrible Lele. The couple of years that the younger Jackson boys spent in public schools are romanticized by Michael and Marlon as highlights of their lives, but in truth, they weren't very happy. Michael attended 6th grade at Gardner Street Elementary in Los Angeles, though not consistently because of his work schedule. In truth, he was just a guest there, making cameo appearances in the classroom as he might on television. In the 7th grade, Michael joined Marlon at Emerson Junior High, but by this time, the Jackson Five's accomplishments at Motown had robbed them of their privacy. They only had 2 weeks at Emerson. Obviously, no time to integrate into the population or get to know anyone before they were forced to leave. There had been a death threat against them, and that was the end of that. Joseph pulled them out of public school. The decision was fine with the boys. They wanted to leave anyway. There were mobs of people standing in the hallways just looking into the classroom, Marlon recalled. It was embarrassing and frightening. From that time onward, the two were either enrolled in private schools or tutored at home. When in private school, which occurred from time to time in between touring, Michael was bored by his studies, refused to do his homework, and was a terrible student. That's hard to believe for a Virgo, but you know all them Virgos got ADHD, you know, the argumentative mother. Virgos excel academically. Like, they're the type that they don't even have to study for a test. They don't. They just wake up and just go to class and pass the test. During class, he would draw pictures of animals and monsters when he should have been paying attention to his lessons. Well, shit, that ain't nothing. Come on, Terrible Lele, all of us did that. When called upon for an answer, Michael didn't have a clue as to what was going on, and he didn't care. Now, that was different. Because I remember in private school, me and BFF was fucking around in class, and then the teacher called me out, Mr. Fields, rest in peace, Mr. Fields. He said, Nay, because my mom's name was Renee also. He said, Nay, you want me to call your mother at work? I said, oh no, Mr. Fields, please don't call my mama. He was like, yeah, I thought so. My mother found out I'm fucking around, wasting her good private school money. Oh my goodness. No, Mr. Fields, answer no. I thought so. Okay, all right, you win, Mr. Fields. Jackie and Tito have unpleasant memories of their time at Fairfax High School, a public school in Los Angeles. The demands of their careers made normal routines almost impossible. They couldn't join any of the sports teams, a crushing disappointment for Jackie, who loved baseball, because they were the focus of attention. When they were singled out by classmates who had previously ignored them, the two brothers became suspicious of everyone who was legitimate in their intentions and who had ulterior motives in wanting to know them. Jackie and Tito would graduate from Fairfax when they were 18. At least they can reflect on a small period of time when they were exposed to people who weren't in show business, even if they did not enjoy that time. Michael, Marlon, and Jermaine cannot do as much. They were granted high school equivalency diplomas by Rose Fine, who was empowered to award them. I didn't know that. But do most celebrities take GEDs? And I heard that sometimes them GEDs be harder than going to school. Well, nothing is harder than getting up every day going to fucking school. Okay? During the rain, sleet, snow, thunder, the crack epidemic. Okay, DC public schools never closed. They might now, but I know back then them niggas did. Michael, Marlon, and Jermaine cannot do as much. They were granted high school equivalency diplomas by Rose Fine, who was empowered to award them. Though technically graduated, the three younger Jacksons certainly did not obtain a good grounding in basic subjects. No slight to Rose Fine, who probably did the best she could with them. To this day, each has problems with penmanship, grammar, and Michael in particular, spelling. They also lack a sense of history, except that which they managed to pick up during their travels. Okay, so some of you guys are going to be pissed off at me, but it's okay because I talked about this several times. My grandmother, my paternal grandmother, had nothing but a second grade education. Okay, and she went on to accomplish so much. One being a house over there on Capitol Hill. Her career path wasn't the federal government, but it was cleaning. You know what I'm saying? Like maintenance. I have met people along the way who have not graduated past 7th, 8th, 9th grade. And when I tell you their social skills are trash, because school is not there just to teach you your math skills, your English skills, your writing skills, physical education, whatever. And sometimes Spanish, French, or whatever. It's there to help you assimilate yourself into the real world after high school. And they do that by having you to join groups and to be able to get along with different types of people. And when you aren't given that basic foundation by doing science projects together, you're given Black history where you learn about your Black history or even your U.S. history. In my case, my DC history. You have no sense of self by not going to school. Yes, you can get a job and you can fake it till you make it, because I know people now that have jobs that Xerox copied their high school diplomas. Can't do that shit no more. Last time I applied for a job back home, they wanted my actual high school diploma. I said, the fuck you need that for? Here go my college transcript, signed, sealed, and delivered. They like, no, Nate, we don't. We want your high school. I'm like, well, I couldn't get to college if I couldn't get the damn high school correct. That explains a lot of why Michael Jackson was so introverted. Because when you're not taught social skills, you're not social. And if the last place he stopped being social was in elementary school, then that's his, I'm not going to say intellect level, but that's the level where he feels most comfortable. Hence why he be having all them little boys around. Talked your head off with that one. I'm sorry, but I had to get that out. I wrote notes here. Now, you're going to talk about this shit right here, okay? Because this is important. As early as 1972, when Michael was about 14, he began exhibiting behavior unlike that of his brothers. While they took the pressures of success in their stride, Michael seemed more affected by it. He just more sensitive than others, Catherine would explain. I can't stand when mothers don't see shit for what he got social issues. Oh, he's just sensitive. All the while he got dead and cats in the bathroom toilet. Okay? Oh, he's just, soft spot. Why he got all the sisters' Barbie doll heads strategically placed in the goddamn closet. You ladies better wake up about your children. If anyone in show business history could ever be said to be lacking in people skills, it would be Michael Jackson. I didn't know that the book was going to say this. This is what I already know. To this day, he doesn't really understand people or even try to understand them, because when he was a youngster, he was surrounded for the most part by either showbiz kids or wealthy students who, like himself, were never exposed to the normal masses. Don't tell NayRob she don't know what the fuck she talking about. Along with their incredible success in the music industry came for the Jacksons the inevitable lure of available women. Women of all shapes, sizes, and colors began to proposition them, appearing backstage after concerts and offering to do all sorts of favors for them. Though Michael and Marlon were too young, Jermaine and Jackie saw no reason not to take advantage of their young fans' overworked libidos. Tito wasn't really interested in groupies, though. He just wanted to settle down and also get out of the household and put some distance between him and Joseph. Okay? In 1972, Tito announced that he wanted to marry 17-year-old Dolores Didi Martez, whom he had met at Fairfax High School a few months before the group became famous. Joseph and Catherine were extremely upset, concerned that Didi might be a gold digger and Tito too inexperienced to see it. The least he could do, they argued, was insist that his fiancée sign a prenuptial agreement. He did, and she agreed. Michael felt strongly that Tito was letting their fans down by marrying and attempted to convince him to change his mind. Think about all those girls out there who love us, he said, trying to reason with his brother one day in the Motown offices. First of all, Michael, you ain't fucking yet. Okay, so you can't reason with me about the bitch. You don't understand what it's like to be a man squandered by Joseph's ego in that goddamn house. I need to have my own home with my own. Then I can be the man of the house. Michael Jackson, sit your ass down. Tito is Michael's favorite. I thought that was the sweetest thing. When I forgot what book we read, when his head had got caught on fire in the Pepsi commercial, and the first thing Michael screamed was Tito. Oh my God, he a Libra. Oh, that was the sweetest. They don't even know us, Mike, Tito said. We can't live our lives for perfect strangers, but they do know us, Michael argued, according to a witness, and we owe them. Tito, we owe them. So what are we supposed to do? Tito wanted to know. Put up with Joseph for the rest of our lives? If that's the case, I don't want to be in the group anymore then. He got a point there. So you want me to stay home, stay in the group, and deal with your father? No, he a man, but I'm a man too. And I can never be the man I'm supposed to be as long as I'm in his household, which for real, Tito is paying for it, but okay, I'll let that go. Michael stopped arguing with Tito at that point, perhaps fearing Tito's next step might be to just quit the act. Joseph and Catherine had hoped that Berry Gordy would insist that Tito, as a Motown recording artist, remained single. When Joseph presented the situation to Barry, however, he wanted no part of it. Keep me out of it, he said. As long as Michael isn't getting married, I'm cool. Did you say that when you offered your daughter Hazel to the Jermaine? Joseph's face darkened. Michael ain't the only one in the group, Barry, he said according to his recollection. Thanks for nothing. The wedding took place in June 1972 in a small, unpretentious chapel in Inglewood, California. Joseph spent most of the evening glaring at Dee Dee and her family. Catherine was nicer, though one suspected she was just trying to get through the day. I'd be like, man, keep your family at home, man, because one thing I'm not into on the Jesus is kissing my in-laws' ass. Young Tito Jackson may have been off the open market, but Jackie and Jermaine were young, single, and ready to explore whatever fame might bring their way in terms of female companionship. I bet you Joseph had been a terrible example to them in the past, and he didn't improve with time. In fact, when the boys became famous, he started having liaisons with their fans. Facts, because remember, his baby mother wanted Jackie first. That's what y'all told me. That Joseph Jackson's baby mother was trying to get at Jackie. Yup. In fact, when the boys became famous, he started having liaisons with their fans. With him as their guide, was there any reason to think the brothers would act in a responsible manner? By 1972, the older Jacksons had left a long trail of broken hearts as they toured the country, city by city. Then they rented an apartment near their house in Encino where they could hang out with their female conquests away from Catherine's scrutiny. You say what? Them ninjas had a whole pad down the street from their house? Rhonda Phillips was one of those girls. You say that you love